New York, 2021 onwards, Thasunda Brown Duckett has just become chief executive of TIAA, the $1.4 trillion retirement and asset management firm serving the academic, medical, cultural and research sectors. She arrives from JP Morgan Chase, where she had run the consumer banking division of 50,000 employees. The diagnostic problem at TIAA is not new and not unusual. The firm has 17,000 employees, well-established employee surveys, all-hands feedback channels, and structured manager-to-employee one-on-ones. None of that apparatus is reliably telling the chief executive what is actually happening to morale across the firm. The structural intervention Brown Duckett builds is a recurring small group session. She names it Coffee and Tea for Thasunda, Tea for Me. Each session caps at 10 people. The intentionality is the qualifier. Each group has something in common: a function, a level, a tenure cohort, a geography, sometimes simply people who joined TIAA in the last 6 months. The cap and the commonality are both load-bearing. 10 is small enough that quiet voices speak. The commonality means people walk in already knowing they share a referent, which lowers the cost of saying what's actually happening. The structural question Brown Duckett asks every session is the one she has named publicly across multiple primary interviews. What would be the one thing that you'd change if you were in my shoes? Finally, I get to be the CEO and I can get something done. Joseph Fuller at Harvard Business School, commenting on the practice in a CNBC piece in October 2024, characterized it as the kind of open-ended question in a deliberately safe setting that produces information no formal apparatus can match. The question roots around the fine answer that a manager-to-employee one-on-one almost always produces. It gives the employee permission to imagine themselves in the seat the question is being asked from. The threshold for saying something useful drops. The sessions are recurring on Brown Duckett's calendar. The cadence is the discipline. A one-off small group session produces a courtesy answer. A recurring practice produces the signal a chief executive can act on, because employees learn the loop closes. The next session reflects what the previous session surfaced. When morale has dropped and you can't tell why, the first move is sometimes not to add something. The first move is to look at what's already running and ask whether the formal apparatus is failing to carry the signal, and whether a smaller parallel recurring channel needs to exist instead. So let's go to the office and work through it.